South Africa. It sits at the very bottom of the African continent. Imagine Africa as a giant, vibrant body, and South Africa is its feet, firmly planted. It's where two massive oceans meet, the cold Atlantic and the warmer Indian Ocean. They crash and swirl dramatically. This sets the stage for a country that is just as dramatic. It's a place of stunning beauty, but it's also a place with many layers. Often called the Rainbow Nation, it suggests a coming together of many different peoples. But rainbows appear after a storm, and South Africa has seen its share of storms. When you look at South Africa, you see not just beauty, but resilience. It's a work in progress, always. The significance of South Africa goes beyond its landscapes. It's a country that has given the world powerful lessons about struggle, forgiveness, and the strength of the human spirit. This is a place that went through one of the most organized systems of racial segregation ever devised. And then, it chose a path of reconciliation. That's a massive deal. It's a story that continues to unfold, with new chapters being written every day. We'll try to peel back some of those layers. We'll look at the incredible mix of cultures. We'll touch on the history, the tough parts, and the hopeful parts. And we'll talk about why, despite everything, South Africa is a place that grabs you. Let's explore this vibrant nation together. When people talk about South Africa, the term Rainbow Nation always comes up. Archbishop Desmond Tutu coined it. He saw this vision of different people, different cultures, living together. It captures the diversity. We have so many different groups of people here, each with their own stories, their own histories. It's not always a perfect harmony. Sometimes it's more like a loud, slightly off-key family gathering, but it's definitely colorful and alive with energy. We have 11 official languages. 11! That's a lot of ways to say hello. Each language carries a culture with it. It's like a secret code to understanding a part of the country. When you hear these different sounds all around you, you realize how many worlds exist within this one nation. It's a linguistic tapestry, rich and complex. And then there are the traditions. There's music and dance, of course. From the powerful Zulu Indlamu dance to the smooth sounds of Cape jazz. Storytelling is huge. And food. Every culture brings its own flavors to the table. Living together with all these differences isn't always easy. It's a constant negotiation. It's a place where you're always learning something new about the people around you. South Africa's history is long and often painful. Before Europeans arrived, various indigenous peoples lived here for thousands of years. Then came the Dutch settlers in the 17th century, followed by the British. This brought conflict, of course. Land was fought over. Ways of life were changed forever. These early encounters laid the groundwork for a lot of the divisions that would come later. The 20th century brought apartheid. This wasn't just casual racism, it was a system. A brutal, legally enforced system of racial segregation and discrimination. Black South Africans were denied basic human rights. They were pushed into townships, given poor education, and had no political voice. But even in the darkest times, people resisted. The struggle against apartheid was long and hard. Nelson Mandela became a global symbol of this struggle. He was imprisoned for 27 years for fighting against apartheid. His resilience inspired millions around the world. Finally, change came. In the early 1990s, apartheid began to be dismantled. The journey towards true equality and healing is ongoing. Section 4. City Lights and Mountain Views, Exploring Cape Town and Johannesburg. Let's talk about Cape Town. It's one of those cities that just takes your breath away. You've got this massive, flat-topped mountain, Table Mountain, right in the middle of everything. You can take a cable car to the top for incredible views. The city curls around it, spilling down to beautiful beaches. Cape Town feels very European in some parts, with its old colonial architecture. It's a stunning place, no doubt. But Cape Town is more than just a pretty face. It has a deep history. It was the first European settlement in South Africa. You can visit Robben Island, where Nelson Mandela and many other political prisoners were held. It's a very moving experience. Nearby you also have the Cape Winelands. Stellenbosch and Franschhoek are famous for their vineyards and beautiful estates. Then you have Johannesburg, or Jozi, or Joburg as we call it. It's the economic heart of South Africa. It was built on gold. The discovery of gold here in the late 19th century led to a massive rush. Near Johannesburg is Soweto. The Apartheid Museum is a must-visit. It's essential for understanding the country. Section 5. Coastal Charms and Wild Adventures, Durban and Nature's Wonders. Now let's head to the East Coast, to Durban. This city has a completely different vibe. It's on the Indian Ocean, so the water is warm, perfect for swimming and surfing. Durban is famous for its Golden Mile, a long stretch of beaches lined with hotels and entertainment. The atmosphere is relaxed, tropical, and a bit more laid back than Johannesburg. Durban also has a very strong Indian influence. Many indentured laborers were brought from India in the 19th century to work on the sugarcane plantations. Their descendants form a large and vibrant community. This is reflected in the food, the culture, and the architecture. You'll find amazing curries here. The famous Durban bunny chow is a must-try. Beyond the big cities, South Africa's natural beauty is just incredible. The Drakensberg Mountains are majestic. Then there's Kruger National Park. The Garden Route is a famous scenic drive along the southern coast. Section 6. From gold veins to grapevines. The economic landscape. South Africa's economy has a story as dramatic as its history. For a long time, it was all about what you could dig out of the ground. Gold, diamonds. These discoveries transformed the country. They brought wealth, but also fueled conflict and exploitation. The mining industry built cities like Johannesburg, but it also relied on cheap labor, often under terrible conditions. Today, the South African economy is much more diverse. Mining is still important, of course, but other sectors have grown significantly. Finance, services, and manufacturing play big roles now. Tourism is a really bright spot in the economy. It's a major industry and a big employer. Agriculture is another key part of the economy. South Africa produces a wide variety of crops. The future economic outlook has its challenges, but there's also a lot of potential. Section 7. Mzansi's unique heartbeat. Why South Africa captivates. So, what makes South Africa so unique? Why does it stick with you long after you've left or long after you've just read about it? I think it's the sheer intensity of everything. The diversity is astounding. You have so many different kinds of people, languages, and cultures packed into one place. The landscapes change dramatically from one region to another. You can go from a bustling city to a wild game reserve in a few hours. It's a country of incredible contrasts, and that's part of its powerful allure. It's never boring. There's also this spirit, this philosophy, called Ubuntu. It's an Nguni Bantu term that's hard to translate perfectly, but it basically means I am because we are. It's about interconnectedness, community, and humanity towards others. This idea, this feeling, runs deep in many South African cultures. It's something that helped the country navigate its difficult transition to democracy. It's a reminder that we are all linked, and that our well-being depends on the well-being of others. The journey of South Africa itself is captivating. It's a story of profound struggle, unimaginable oppression, and then an almost miraculous transformation. To move from apartheid to a multiracial democracy without a full-blown civil war was remarkable. But the story isn't over. South Africa is still evolving, still grappling with its past, still working towards a more equal future.